Come with me. I looked into those cold, emotionless eyes, and yeah, I was totally just projecting. I tried to break free from his arms. I'm not going back. I'm not being your concubine. Chenmo's eyes flashed with confusion for a second, then went right back to cold and mocking. Follow me, you, please, Shen Yuchu. I'll say this one more time. Before I give you that divorce letter, if you ever cheat on me again, I will end you. I turned my face away, tears spilling everywhere. Like, seriously? He doesn't even want me, but he won't let me cheat on him. He's more unhinged than I am. He's just doing this to mess with me, to make my life miserable. I did not want to go back to that manor, watching him be all lovey-dovey with his favorite consort, but he grabbed me like some kind of bandit and hauled me onto the carriage, no escape, and then dumped me onto the bed in his chambers. Where exactly did Lu Xingye touch you? I was sitting there, eyes still red, rubbing my sore lower back. Then that voice, cold as ice hitting stone, came from right above my head, and then, out of nowhere, his calloused fingers pressed against my lips. He kissed you here? I didn't answer right away. I just watched Chenmo on high alert. His eyes, already deep and unreadable, were slowly filling with red, like a demon born from hell, ready to bathe the whole world in blood. The look on his face screamed. If I told him Lu Xingye had kissed my lips, he'd cut them right off. Lu Xingye didn't kiss my mouth. I was dry heaving the whole time. Guess that killed the mood. Chenmo was honestly terrifying right now, and I knew I shouldn't push him. But my back hurt, my stomach hurt, I felt awful all over, and I kept thinking about how good he used to be to me. I was so hurt inside, I couldn't help but push back. I lifted my chin, a hint of reckless attitude creeping into my eyes.
And a little bit of stubborn sass.
None of your business. You're about to give me the divorce papers anyway, and even if you don't, I want out. Chenmo, aren't you just here because you hate me and want to make my life hell? I pulled a small gold whip from my sleeve and threw it on the floor. Here, take it. Go ahead and whip me to death. I don't even care anymore. The more I talked, the worse I felt. I just threw myself onto the bed in full give-up mode, even kicked my legs up. I've stepped on you with these feet. Go ahead, chop them off too. I threw my hands up. Here, take these too. Do whatever you want. Steam them, braise them, I don't care. Beat me to death, I don't care. I didn't want him to see me cry, so I turned my face away. Just promise me you'll clear my dad's name, and you can do whatever you want to me. Chenmo didn't say a word, just stood there stone-faced and picked up the whip from the floor. My whole body couldn't help but flinch. Over the past 2 years, I'd whipped Chenmo plenty of times when I was in a bad mood. But I've never been physically strong. My arms are weak. I never even managed to leave a red mark on him. Him whipping me was a whole different story. The man was born strong. One lash from him and my soft skin would be torn wide open. I was scared, but I had too much pride to let it show. So I straightened my back and braced for it. After you whip me to death tonight, can you help clear my dad's name? And can you burn some paper money at my grave? I'll be broke down there. No spending money. You burning some cash for me? Is that too much to ask? Burn money for you? Dream on, cheapskate. Whip me to death and won't even burn paper money. What kind of person is that? He kept walking closer and closer, and I squeezed my eyes shut in terror. I moved my lips slightly, trying to say, please don't hit my face. I care about my looks. Even as a ghost, I want to be a cute ghost. But the whip never came down. Instead, my waist was grabbed. Hard. You hate it so much when I touch you? Well, too bad. I'm touching you tonight. Suddenly he leaned down, and those cool lips pressed against mine. I didn't expect him to just kiss me like that. I froze, eyes going wide. Staring at his dark lashes up close, I couldn't help but think back to the first time he ever kissed me. Not on our wedding night, but on my birthday last year. He had hand-carved a little wooden doll for me. It looked exactly like me. Looking at that little wooden girl, my heart started racing out of nowhere, like something was wrong with me. I'd heard people can die from a heart beating too fast. I was genuinely scared this pretty face of mine was about to drop dead. And I blamed Chenmo entirely. He and that gift were the reason my heart was acting up. I couldn't tell my parents, so I had to punish him myself. I made him take off his shirt and lie face down, then dipped my foot in paint, and stamped the ugliest turtle you've ever seen right onto his back. I was still pretty mad at him for messing with my heart. But looking at that hideous turtle, I got a little smug about it. I climbed onto his back and twisted his ear. He must have felt humiliated because his ears went bright red. The redder his ears got, the more I leaned into it. I told him to flip over so I could pull his ears more easily. But the second he did, I wasn't ready for it and my whole body landed on top of him. And yep, my lips landed right on his. My heart went completely haywire, practically pounding out of my chest. And to make it worse, his lips were burning hot, like they were about to sear mine right off. I knew this was wrong. I tried to get up, but he grabbed the back of my head and I couldn't move. I was so embarrassed I wanted to yell at him. But the second I opened my mouth, he took every bit of air I had. At first he was clumsy. It actually kind of hurt. But then he got better at it and I kind of liked it. So I didn't exactly rush to get off him. And when he finally pulled back, breathless, I realized I was basically down to my inner garment and it was already half undone. I felt like he'd taken advantage of me. And I obviously couldn't tell my parents about something this embarrassing. So I decided to keep punishing him. I pulled out my usual trick. I wrote poems on his body to roast him. Chenggudan is not human, he's a dog. Woof, woof, woof. Chenggudan has no shame. He's got no face. Huh. I figured after all that, he'd be so humiliated he'd want to disappear. Maybe even come at me in a rage, but instead, he just said my name in this raspy voice and asked me to get off his waist. I hadn't even moved yet and he kissed me again, begging me over and over to just let him kiss me one more time. The old Chenggudan was so good to me. Even when I messed with him, he'd just coax me. How could I not have had feelings for him? But now, he just hurts me, humiliates me, makes everything hurt. My stomach is genuinely killing me right now. The more I thought about how gentle he used to be and looked at the guy in front of me, cold as death, the worse I felt. especially when he roughly yanked off my inner garment. The tears I'd barely managed to stop came flooding right back. I was crying so hard my tears got on his face. He froze. His hand was still gripping my garment, that sharp, sculpted face of his, going cold as a frozen wasteland. So you really don't want me touching you, huh? Lu Xingye's already married and you're still saving yourself for him? Shen miss what loyalty? Fine, it's not like I need you anyway. He tossed my garment aside, wrapped me up tight in the silk blanket like he was packing me up, and stormed out. I cried for a long while before the pain in my stomach finally eased up.